football fans, you know it's your boy with football in 5 minutes. You know it's your boy Lester.
And it's your boy Dowdy.
Well, fans, tonight, we'll be discussing about the Concacaf World Cup qualifiers. And also, we'll be looking at the Gold Cup.
Fans, as you all know, the Jamaica team is vying for a spot in the next World Cup. So we'll be definitely going into the preliminary squad for the Gold Cup, because you know Gold Cup is in the month of July. We're gonna check. We have a special guest with us tonight, Mr. Nicholas Wilson. He'll be joining us tonight to discuss the Gold Cup, the Concacaf qualifiers, and of course, most importantly, the Jamaica team and where he see the Jamaica team going for this Gold Cup and of course for the World Cup qualifiers, right? So Mr. Wilson will join us tonight.
We need to have an idea of what Jamaica really is about and what are their chances in this Gold Cup and also in the World Cup qualifiers. So Mr. Wilson is just gonna be here with us tonight, go in depth. He's just gonna talk about some things that he sees. Also, he's gonna list some players that he thinks out of this possible big roster that we have seen, the 60-man squad that Jamaica has listed, you know. So we're gonna trim it down, and Mr. Wilson, you know, we know he's gonna be a very entertaining guest, you know, intelligent man, and also a past student of the GC Foster College of Physical Education and Sports. He's now a teacher in the field of physical education.
All right, Mr. Wilson.
Give him a second. It's gonna
All
be
right, while we wait on Mr. Wilson to join us. All right, so of course, I think the spots are open up now for the qualifiers in terms of more team advancing to the 2026 World Cup. However, you know, Concacaf normally have a space of about 3 to 4 teams.
Yeah.
And that will qualify. Jamaica is looking to strengthen their opportunities to go back to the World Cup, because the last bid they had the World Cup was 1998. And of course, one of the goal scorers of the 1998 World Cup is now the head coach of the national team. A former player also was just appointed assistant coach of the national team. So we're looking forward to see what he will bring to the national setup, how the team will look going forward. Right? They know they played some practice games the other day. We call it friendlies, where they played against Serbia and the Japan under 23 team. However, the game with Serbia ended with a 1-1 draw, and the game with the Japan under 23 team ended 4-0 in favor of the Japanese. So we want to see how the Jamaica team will look when they trim this 60-man squad. And we'll see if there'll be most overseas-based players or how much local-based players will be on the team. So, Mr. Wilson, are you here with us?
Yes, he's here now.
All right, Mr. Wilson, tell us,
Hi, good evening.
Introduce yourself, Mr. Wilson.
Hi, good evening. Can you see me clearly?
Yes, I see.
All right, cool. All right, so yeah, my name is Nicholas Wilson, 26 years old, from the Bahamas, living in Jamaica. People call me by Bahamas or Bahamas, same way. I'm a sports enthusiast, love football, love volleyball, but main focus is definitely on football. All right.
Mr. Wilson, I noticed the Bahamians didn't have this. I didn't even know how to structure it. A wonderful run in the qualifying to reach the final stage of the World Cup qualifiers for the Concacaf. What happened?
Honestly, I can't really tell you what happened, because as you can see, last game we played, we drew against Trinidad and Tobago, 0-0, knocking them out the game or out of the qualifying run. Yet we go to Puerto Rico away and lose 7-0. So I don't understand. But I mean, there's still another chance. We have a Gold Cup qualifier coming up, against Guadeloupe. I think it's Guadeloupe, yes, or one of the French-speaking countries to try and get into the Gold Cup. So let's see how that goes.
All right, Mr. Wilson. But our primary focus for tonight is the Concacaf final round of qualifying and the Gold Cup.
Right.
So we're basically looking at the Jamaica team. What do you think is Jamaica chances of advancing to the World Cup for in the upcoming World Cup for Qatar?
Well, the chances of advancing to the Qatar World Cup, there's a great chance to advance. With a new crop of players coming in, whether persons outside of Jamaica or inside of Jamaica feel like it's going to be English-based or a bit biased towards some of the Jamaican locals, whether they like it or not, we're going to need them, and it's going to be our best chance to qualify, honestly. So people need to get together, and they need to understand that to qualify, you need the best players. If the best players all come from England, well, put the best players on the pitch and make us go through.
So you're basically saying that Mr. Lester is basically telling us that England will have two teams in the Qatar World Cup. Yes. England A and England B.
Well, so be it, then, because
based off of what Mr. Wilson is saying, if people want to say yes, it's full of overseas based players. When you look on even a France team, it's not all of them are born in France. They are from all over. And look, we see France winning World Cup. Something have to change. So if the players who are in the country not putting up their socks, then if we have to go for the Jamaican-born players or who have allegiance to our country, we will gladly take them.
But it's not even that. Let's take it all the way back to France, 1998 World Cup, and let's look at some of the players in that Jamaica national team. Robbie Earl, for instance. Robbie Earl is a British-based player as well, All right. Remember that team that qualified for France 1998? Some of them were British-based, So we're going back to that route. We're going back down that lane again to try and qualify for 2022 World Cup. And if it can happen, if it happened once, why not make it happen again? Jamaicans were proud of that moment,
I agree, because when you look at it, if you're going to get players from overseas to match up against the other in the US, when you know that US have players playing all across Europe, your Costa Rica players. So most of those countries, Mexico, Europe, Costa Rica, those teams have players all across Europe playing. I believe if we are going to advance to the next World Cup, we must have a strong 11, overall a strong 23-man squad to compete, not just to participate.
Not to participate, but to compete.
For a spot at the next staging of the World Cup.
Totally agree.
I totally agree. And it's not a friend thing anymore. We need it.
No, it's not a friend thing, We need Jamaica the best.
Make it to the World Cup. No, it's not that. We want to be playing up against the best of the best. And when they see us stepping on the stage, remember we have Leon Bailey who is playing for Bayer Leverkusen, who was matching up against Ian Robin, matching up against Gnabry, day in, day out, performing against Bayern Munich. So what? So that means we have the players, we have the ambition can do the job. But it's
we know of a defender who is now playing in the Premier League, Ethan Pinnock, just moved up from the championship. We have a prospect Jamaican player, Ivan Toney, who just moved up from the championship. The amount of talent Jamaica has from British-based players, along with some locals, because I do believe there might be one or two locals that might just make it into the Jamaica squad.
Okay. Right. I think it's okay to have some amount of local-based players, probably 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 local-based players in the squad to get experience from those players who have been playing even in the MLS, or say persons are playing in Europe, right? Yes. I believe Jamaica have the best, if not, are one of the best goalkeepers right now in the Caribbean.
We have the best goalkeeper in the Caribbean. We have one of the best in Concacaf. No, we have the best in the Caribbean, one of the best in Concacaf. And the reason I say one of the best, cannot put that man. When you look at Andre Blake, you look at Andre Blake, you have to also look at Keylor Navas, who plays for Costa Rica. And then you look at Ochoa, who plays for Mexico. Yes, the USA has Zach Stefan, but you have to understand, Zach Stefan doesn't play regularly for Manchester City. He's a number 2 goalkeeper playing on a number 1 spot. And we saw I'm not sure if you watched the the Concacaf Nations League. You saw in the Concacaf Nations League where he got injured and then the second string goalkeeper who I think plays in Club Brugge, but who's also a second string goalkeeper in his club, had to come in and step in. So I mean, Andre Blake definitely top 3 for me in Concacaf.
Yeah,
as it relates to goalkeepers.
I agree. So when you look at the Jamaica team and then you look at players in the Jamaica team, in Jamaica setup now who's playing in England, who played in the last, who played in the English league the other day, a Bobby Reed, a Michael Hector, and you know, a Mariapa who's at Reading who's playing in the championship. And as you look, remember Jamaica had the prospect of Michael Antonio joining the setup. Right. What are your thoughts on Antonio joining the national team?
Well, again, you know, it's been a while. It's been a while since Jamaica has had a quote unquote prolific goal scorer. Even though Michael Antonio might not bag 20 to 35 goals for West Ham, if he comes and gives Jamaica 10 goals in about 20 matches, I feel like that is just as prolific as any goal scoring in any Jamaican shirt. Honestly, I don't know when last you've seen a goal scorer for Jamaica besides the great Luton Shelton.
Yeah, that's true.
We've had goal scorers. We'd have what? Ricardo Fuller, Marlon King. Ricardo Fuller, Marlon King. Exactly. But none has been as great as Luton Shelton. And we have yet to see somebody following his footsteps.
Shamar Nicholson, Ricardo Fuller, who played time in Stoke and all of that.
Exactly. And we have the youngsters as Shamar Nicholson. I want to go back to what you were saying about local players. What I see as a local player now is a person who was born and raised in Jamaica. Despite playing this trade overseas, you know, that man is a local player. I don't describe the local, not the local players who play in our local Premier League, you know. Because we have to remember, say, our local Premier League is basically a semi-pro league.
Yeah.
Right? So my local players, who I see as local players, are persons who have been born in Jamaica, but now apply their trade in the other countries. So like Damian Lowe, Andre Blake, Shamar Nicholson, Lamar Walker, Tyreek McGee, persons like that, those are my local players.
So Junior Fleming, you'll consider
those are local players. They might not be local or be in Jamaica at the moment,
but they are born
in Jamaica. Born in Jamaica, play schoolboy football, play Premier League, and make their move. Those are local players.
Point taken, and that's a valid point. Because a lot of persons tend to mix up local-based players. A lot of persons have a different opinion of local-based players. Local-based players, for some persons, are persons who apply their trade in the national
in Jamaica, right?
So, point taken.
So basically, Mr. Wilson, for the World Cup qualifiers, right? We'll focus on that first, right?
All right.
Out of this 8 team, when you list this team, what are the top 3 teams you see coming out of this final 8?
The final 8?
Yes.
All right, so what the teams are USA, Mexico, Jamaica, Costa Rica, Honduras, El Salvador, Canada, Panama, right?
Yes.
Those are, I think those are the 8 that are listed. Top 3, because we know the top 3 is automatic qualifiers, right?
Yes, top 3 automatic.
So right off the bat, automatic qualifiers, USA, Mexico, and I'll definitely put Jamaica in the mix based on the group of players. This is just looking at a team sheet and just seeing the team sheet and just ranking Jamaica a little bit higher than the Costa Rica, a little bit higher than the Honduras, just because of where the players are playing and where they're coming from. If I was to go based on form, then I probably might put Costa Rica above Jamaica and put Jamaica in the 4th spot where they'll have to play another game to qualify, right? But for me, on paper, it's USA, Mexico, Jamaica, and then I put Costa Rica.
Yes, that's a good pick.
But I mean, this is probably one of the best. This is going to be probably one of the hardest qualifiers for any team.
And look, when we look at the qualifiers now, as you're saying, Mr. Wilson, remember, you know, what we have now that we didn't have maybe for the last 22 years, coming up from when we didn't qualify, is something we call debt.
Right.
Debt.
Nobody said that.
It is very important to have depth. Yes, over the years we have seen Costa Rica, but Costa Rica had a little depth. Now Jamaica has 2 squads. If you look at it from defense,
not 2, no, not 2, 2, 3, 4.
2, 3. Have it solid team where even players we think will start may not start in the game. What am I talking about? The other day we played United States squad, yes, and United States as Pulisic, they had their main players. They had Sergio Dest. Yes, they beat us. But if we should look at the team that played a United States and lost, it wasn't that team that was playing together. But now that Michael Antonio coming in, remember, Leon Bailey never played, Junior Flemings never played. The depth of players never got the chance. When we see Andre Gray moving and he linked up with the Swansea number 9 Low and
Jamal
even
Low.
scoring a goal within no chemistry, it is something to be afraid of. This Jamaica team, it's just the coaching staff and the players have to put their heads together and let it click, because we have depth.
We have depth, yes. We definitely have a stronger core group of players. It's just now for the staff together to come together to say they need to pick probably from now on a consistent 30. A consistent 30, and I say consistent 30 because, you know, there might be a hiccup here or there where a player cannot make a certain game, or, you know, travel restrictions because of COVID. Because just like you saw when we played in the Japan, reason why we never played the Japan game is why, because persons did not have the right COVID tests or things like that. So we have to put into perspective that might happen again. So it's good to have a 30-man squad, even a 35-man squad. But as you can see, Jamaica has a provisional 60-man squad, and that 60 can raise depending on if this player gets this passport or if the federation can talk to this man, forget this. There's a lot of things going on right now for Jamaica football.
As you touch on that, as you go into that, we have to look at it and be honest with ourselves that yes, we are definitely seeing some changes in the Jamaica team selection, right? And when we look at it now, we look on they getting a new assistant coach.
Yes.
Right.
And of course, Mr. Paul Wall is a
former national player.
You know,
former national player.
So he's now back with the national setup to bring, and I personally think that's it's a good move, seeing that most of our players will be coming from
England.
And you have an English coach in the national setup now that can relate to most of those English players who probably have never, not probably, but who have never been with the Jamaica setup.
Or not even been in a Caribbean environment or Concacaf
environment. So I think Paul Wall can be that man to help mold them and
bridge the gap.
Transition them into the Caribbean or the Jamaican culture.
When I did some research on Mr. Paul Hall, you know, and you look at his resume, you know, he has been doing fantastic with the QPR, the Queen's Park Rangers youth team, his system. Remember, you know, yes, we're talking about a Tapa Whitmore. We're not going to take anything tonight from Tapa Whitmore. But this man, maybe, yes, they don't want to say and push out Tapa. This man has something to offer to the team. He has been in England. He has been applying his trade, and he has ideas. He has things that he knows that he wants to input in the team going forward. Because watch, QPR, Queen's Park Rangers, don't want to release him fully to Jamaica, you know. That's why they are just letting him come when we have the games and can be around the team. But
because he's still maintaining his job at QPR. That's what
which is even a bigger bonus. It is a bigger bonus. It's a bigger bonus for him to maintain his job at QPR and continue to assist and help Jamaica Football Federation. Remember, you know, the level and standard in England is different compared to the level and standard in the Concacaf region. Right? Yes, Theodore Whitmore has such and such qualifications, but with the assistance of somebody who is in and out of English football and around bigger, better players, a bigger, better system of a facility and a structure that is well groomed and well organized, will bring that maturity level back to the Jamaica Football Federation. Give ideas, and we'll definitely see a change, hopefully.
That's good. That's good. Good point. Point taken. So, Mr. Wilson, what we want to ask you now, for this 60-man squad that we have seen them listed, what is your 30-man squad? If you should pick your 30-man squad, or 23, which one would we go to, 30 or 23?
Well, right? More than likely, I would like to I couldn't pick a 23, exact 23, but
30.
I have probably a 30-man squad that I have written
No
down.
problem.
Just trying
No
to
problem.
find it at the moment.
No problem.
All right, so we have a 30-man squad. We start with the goalkeepers. So we have Andre Blake, plays the straight with Philadelphia Union. Dylan
Yes.
Barnes coming from QPR Rangers. So that familiarity with Dylan Barnes and Paul, that's going to be very sound. And then I have Dennis Taylor. I'm not sure. Was Dennis Taylor the one who played against Serbia the other day?
Yes.
Dennis Taylor.
Dennis Taylor. Yes. Dennis Taylor is in my squad over Kemar Foster and Amal Knight. A reason because Amal Knight doesn't have a club at the moment. He's unattached. So I can't really put, even though you want to go with somebody who you know and trust in, you kind of want to put somebody who's actually been on the field.
All right, so what I want you to do for us, Mr. Wilson, is just go through the names quickly and give us your final 30 or 25.
All right, cool. Let me go through that real quick. All right, so we have Andre Blake, Dylan Barnes, Dennis Taylor. We'll go to defenders now. Amari Bell, Wes Harding, Liam Moore, Damian Lowe, Ethan Pinnock, Kemar Lawrence, Gregory Lee, Adrian Mariappa, and I think the last one might be Albus Paul. Yes, Albus Paul. I move over to the midfielders now. Go to Daniel Johnson, Jamal Lowe, Ravel Morrison, Casey Palmer, Kemar Roof, Leon Bailey, Blair Turgot, Bobby Reed, Kevin Stewart, Tyreek McGee, and I think another one will be Devon Williams. I'll put Devon Williams in the mix. Then forward to move straight over. And Mikel Antonio, Andre Gray, Shamar Nicholson, Corey Burke. I think I have one more. Well, I'll stick with just those four at the moment. I don't really. And Denver Orgel. Reason I have him because he's a workhorse.
Yes.
Right, so hearing that squad you just presented, I say I'll agree with you. I agree with you about 95% of the way, right? About 95% of the way. But however, it's an excellent squad. It's an excellent squad. If that squad gel together, yes. I promise you, Jamaica can cause some harm. Because as you know, Corey Burke has been scoring in the MLS.
Yes. Corey Burke just scored today.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Corey Burke just scored today.
Amazing. A lot of defenders fear him because he's like a Lukaku for Belgium, but he's playing for the Philadelphia Union. He's moving with his body and all of that stuff.
Very robust.
That squad you just named is a wonderful squad. Jamaica put that squad out. I can tell you that they will do some damage. And as of course, that squad is basically for you put out for the qualifiers. But Mr. Lester, remember, Mr. Wilson, Mr. Lester, remember, Gold Cup, the group stage of the Gold Cup starts July 10th.
All right. Well, remember, Jamaica, the JFF put out a list, the 60-man squad list for the Gold Cup. And I saw the list, and from that list, this is the amount of players that I picked for the Gold Cup. And it might narrow down to 23. Tyreek McGee is also in that mix for me because you need a youngster, a local player, like I said, playing this trade in the European leagues. It might be the lower leagues, but playing the same way. But these players that I have named are the players that Jamaica should look to bring to the Gold Cup. So even if it's to solidify themselves as a group for the next 2-3 weeks, going into the Gold Cup, have a little confidence, play the Gold Cup, and then when you see these players again come September, there will be a different chemistry. Might add one or two, because like I said, things might happen. Might add one or two, and we'll definitely see progress. Remember, our first game in Concacaf World Cup qualifying is Mexico,
and it's very important.
In the Azteca. So we need to use this Gold Cup as a preparation for the first match.
So it's not a time to be
No, we don't have this thing called time again,
No. And it's something like that I heard Leon Bailey speak about, And we have seen where teams, they have been consistent. We need
picking their squads.
I need to see when Leon Bailey closes his eyes, he can just pass that ball to Mikel Antonio, and when I look, the ball is in the back of the net.
But that's exactly what the USA is doing. You realize that the USA, there are absolutely no more I wouldn't say old heads, but the Michael Bradleys.
Yes.
You know, Michael Bradley's gone. They probably have one or two more experienced players in the squad, like a Tim Ream from Fulham at the age of like probably 28, 29, you know, going on in his 30s. But you see the younger generation stepping up. Weston McKinney, Gio Reyna, those players I'm seeing. It's the same thing for Mexico. The transition from old to new.
Yes.
You have to keep some of the old, you know, to guide the new. But that's why we have Andre Blake.
Yeah.
Damian Lowe might be young, but he's been there.
We're going to look at, so basically what we're expecting for the upcoming Gold Cup and the Concacaf qualifiers starting September is a mixture of experience with a mixture of youth.
Well, again, the experience with the Jamaican squad, you know, the only elderly person in that squad, again, is Andre Blake at the age of 30. The experience comes from those who have been in the squad for a long time. The Taxi Lawrence, the Damian Lowe's, the Alba Spoils, the Mariap is also another old head, you know, 30 going on 30, I think 33 going on 34.
But I don't think you'd be selected.
But you know, the older heads, the definite older heads are the ones that play their trade around the back, the goalkeeper, the defenders, those who lead from the back and then it goes straight up to the forward line. You know.
All right. So
Mr.
Mr.
Wilson,
Wilson,
you see this Jamaica team going? Oh, go, Mr. Donny.
So Mr. Wilson, playing at the back, so the back four or the back three, whichever Jamaica use, will bring us. You're saying that if we have a stable back line, along with our midfield, along with our attacking lineup, we can be a team. Remember, you know, we have played in the Gold Cup finals before, you know, so we know what it takes to reach the Gold Cup finals. We just need to go one more step further in winning the Gold Cup.
Funny enough, you know, the team that made that Gold Cup final, I think we played against what, USA? No, it was Mexico we played. It was Mexico we played. We beat USA to go to the finals.
Yeah.
The team that played in that Gold Cup final was nowhere near as gifted or has the quality of the team that we have right now.
Come on, man.
So, I mean,
we heard fans, we're looking to go one more step.
Yeah, man. No, definitely. I'll definitely say that we're looking to win the Gold Cup, you know. But the only thing that will cause great disappointment to Jamaican fans, myself, you guys, and the rest of the Jamaican community is if we do not get past, say we look at our group. I think we have Costa Rica, Suriname, and then we're waiting to see who else is going to join, right? If we do not get past the group stage, quarterfinals, and advance to the semifinals, then this will be a disappointment for Jamaica. But we also have to learn and know that, yes, it's the first time they're playing a major tournament together. We need to look for certain positives. In every negative, there's some kind of positive you can pick out of it, you know?
Yes.
So, yes, our expectations are high because of the quality that we have right now. But often we also need to be realistic. Yeah. If we do not, the realistic goal is to make it to the semifinals. Nothing less than semifinals.
Yeah.
Nothing less.
Right. But
nothing less than semifinals.
I think, Mr. Wilson, for this to really happen, as you are saying, yes, we have the talent, but now they need to lock these players away and get some training done. Get some training done to build up some chemistry. Because we don't want to go there on the pitch and look as if we don't understand what we are doing.
The Gold Cup starts when? The first week in July.
So the preliminary round starts in first week in July in Fort Lauderdale, but the group stage will start on the 10th of July.
Right. So we have started on the 10th of July. And I think the Jamaica team, they announced their 23-man squad June 30th. So I think from June 30th, they go over to maybe probably July 1st or 2nd. The whole group will be together, have probably half a week to train.
Yeah.
And then down to the Gold Cup, right? Down to the first game of the Gold Cup. So, I mean, they give them a week. They play the first game. They get a decent result. Looking for a win the first game.
Yeah.
And from there, we move on.
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right, so fans, there you have it. Mr. Wilson joining us tonight. And we're talking about the Jamaica team. We talk about the Gold Cup. And we talk about the Concacaf qualifiers. And where we'll see Jamaica in the next couple of weeks or next couple of months preparing for the Gold Cup and preparing for the World Cup qualifiers. And Mr. Wilson, Mr. Lester and I will definitely have you back once the Gold Cup starts in July. And we're going to go make a team and we're going to talk some more on their chances of winning the Gold Cup and their chances of advancing to the World Cup in Qatar. Mr. Wilson, So thanks for joining us tonight.
Much
All right,
respect.
man. Thanks.
Much
Appreciate it.
respect, Mr.
Anytime.
Wilson. Yes, man.
All right.
Football fans, yes, football fans. You just heard it. Beautiful insight, intelligent, packed, informative. That's Mr. Wilson for you. Hope you had enjoyed it. Mr. Dodi, what did you think about that interview?
I mean, he was spot on with his selection of the squad, and he has been following the Jamaica team for a while now.
Yeah.
So he definitely knows the ins and outs and the players they have been calling for the past couple of friendlies, and the players that are willing or able to take the team forward in terms of Gold Cup finals and ultimately advancing to the next World Cup. So I must say it was very informative, and he was spot on. He was spot on.
Very spot on. So there you have it, football fans. There you have it. You know it's your boy Lester.
And it's your boy Dowdy.
With football in 5 minutes.
5 minutes.